And we are back. This is the Hearthstone.fi Monday Night Community Tournament number 36. I am Markus, Olodyn, Koskivirta, and I am joined by Ville, One Must Fall, Tuomisto. We are going to start the second semi-final. It will be Finland's very own Juho Ersee Hyödynmaa playing for Team Paria versus Marzito from Greece, who is playing for Razor's Edge Gaming. I'm sure the Greek community already knows about him as well. In our traditional fashion, I'm sure Ville can join you with the class picks while I tell the players to start the match.
Yeah, Marzito has today a Warlock, a Paladin and a Priest, and Ersee has a Warlock, Druid and a Mage. So interesting lineups, nice to see a Druid again. He has been performing quite well, but also nice to see that Paladin coming in. So let's see.
Yep, we will join the match on Ersee's side of the board, and of course not picking any favorites here, but the Finnish players. And it is naturally more interesting for me as a Finnish organizer. Since he is bringing the Druid, it's actually gonna be the more passive reactive line, because I have a sneaking suspicion that Marzito's Paladin is probably an aggro Paladin.
Yeah, nice to see if Ersee has, is it a handlock or is it more that zoo demon lock? Because if it's a handlock, it's really passive lineup.
Yep. And I happen to know for a fact that Ersee is a big Shaman player as well. He usually always praises Shaman as the strongest, or not the strongest, but one of the best classes in the game at all times, which is, let's say, a little bit against the meta. But still, he's stuck with his own Shaman for quite a long time, and not bringing it to a tournament environment, he immediately succeeds with other classes. So there you go, man. Shaman's not that great. And let's get Marzito's cards in view as well. There we go. It is Handlock versus Druid. Now this matchup, this is older than the Earth itself, sometimes it feels like. It's been played many, many times. It's pretty much up to the fact that if the Druid gets the combo early on enough so that the Handlock doesn't have his taunt wall up, it's doable with the Druid, but otherwise it's going to be a really difficult matchup.
Yeah, it's hard to get through. You have limited amount of those silences. You have to get them spot on and get enough pressure over there. And gladly he has a shade of Naxxramas, but will give that early board presence and a bit that pressure also over there. That there is a lot of burst potential.
Yep, he's considering whether or not to coin out that Wild Growth. If he does coin out the Wild Growth, he can play a turn 2 Shader Naxxramas into a turn 4 Keeper, into a turn 5 Sludge Belcher. So it would be really beneficial for him to do that, because it would provide him with the early on board pressure that you need in this matchup. Instead of doing it, he decides that no, he doesn't want to play turn 2 Shade to start growing. He instead opts to go for the slower option, where now on turn 4 he'll probably coin out either the Druid of Fall or the Sludge Belcher into another 5-drop.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit fear that might be still zoo block, so you want to take it carefully. If you use your coin over there to shade, just use that Wild Growth, there might be 2-drop coming and then just the volley of creatures starts coming, so you want to play it safe.
Yeah, that could be the situation. I personally would have liked to have seen the coin Wild Growth, but of course we're biased because we can see the hands. Now, on turn 4, you want to play the Mountain Giant as a handlock. It's pretty much the perfect 4-drop. He could have also opted to go for the Twilight Drake, but you're facing a Druid, and Druids don't really have hard removal for the Mountain Giant unless they run a BGH. And it's not necessarily 100% auto-include in the current meta anymore, so it's more likely that he would have faced the Silence, and the Twilight Drake would have been a 4-1. Easily removed with the hero power with the coin as well. So it is actually a lot stronger as a play. Putting out the Thauris Sun instead of putting out the Taunt, it's definitely a more proactive move. It's a bit greedy maybe, because now the 8/8 is free to roam do what it pleases, and it's at least gonna remove the Thouder Sun immediately. I don't think there's any reason not to remove the Thouder Sun. He's just such an important value card on the board. One could argue for the Hellfire Dark Bomb if there was one more mana, but there isn't. So it's just going to be the Twilight Drake mentioned earlier. Keeper of the Grove does the silence. Druid of the Claw charge would get rid of the Mountain Giant. And just the Sludge Belcher itself could also slow down this pace for the Mountain Giant.
I must safeguard.
And let's see if this bugs out. It does bug out. Excellent. We're gonna have to restart the match. Likely. Still hoping to get that bug fixed from Blizzard someday.
Yeah, and that shade will be used to clear out the board, so... decent position, there's 2 big guys already down, and now you just hope that there is just proactive cards in Handlock's hand, and there is a... Handlock runs so much removal and proactive cards, so it's a possibility, and we can see it there is only Dr. Boom and 2 heal bots, so it doesn't look that bad.
Yep, the Emperor did his job on the Druid side of the board. Dr. Boom could also be played down on this turn. That would waste 1 mana, so the Azure Drake hero power is also an option, or the Lithic hero power, but Dr. Boom definitely is one of those cards that just provides so much presence on the board that when you can play him, you should usually play him. The Handlock side of the board is full, I believe, of cards in his hand. He has Jiraxis, he has Dr. Boom. If he plays out just the Doctor, he's opening himself to 7, 8, 9, 11 damage on the board. It would require 11 from the hand, so a single Savage Roar. Single Savage Roar would be lethal for Ersee, because that's 10 plus 1 from the hero power. So the Warlock player definitely, I'm sure he can do the math. He wants to make sure that there's no risk of him dying this turn already. The Hellfire is risky. It does leave the 2/4 Keeper of the Grove, and those boombots could do a lot of damage to you. Okay, so only 1. It's not that bad. Dark Bomb into Mortal Coil, making sure that the 7/7 will be removed. Another option would have been to go for the anti-heal bot.
Yeah, that's interesting, because you put yourself decently low already, and there is still quite a much cards what Druid can push out and make your day really bad. And I think here you can scenarios, or you can go Druid and Sludge Belcher, what I think is actually a really nice play, because you get so much bodies over there, and then Scenarios is just pure value.
That's true. With the Scenarios next turn, you could get +6 if you play Druid of the Claw plus Sludge Belcher, but Druid of the Claw can be charged later on as well. So if you play Scenarios right now for the 2/2s, you would get 4 bodies on the board, so once again a Savage Roar would be lethal. So he's definitely fishing for the Savage Roar right now, but he's forced to play the Inner Raid as well. Lothar on turn 8, or on to turn 8 for the opposing Warlock player, is actually pretty good. Because that really means no Siphon Soul, it means no Shadow Flame play to clear your side of the board. It locks out all AoE, it also locks out any high value single target removal. And at 8 mana you're unable to play the Jiraxis or any other Mal'Ganis card or Resetter. So very, very strong situation for Ersee, if he just manages to get even one part of that combo. Because if he gets Force of Nature, that would still have been enough. Being forced to use Sylvanas with the Taunt Giver just for a 5/5 body. No silence though for Ersee right now, so that could be a slight problem. If you trade the 5/5 into the 5/5, you lose either the 2/1 or the 4/4. It's a 50-50 chance. Then you can Wrath out the 2/1, but you can't Wrath out the 4/4 because you lose the spell power in the process. If you go Cenarius right now, you would get larger bodies. And you could try and trade the 5/5 without losing it, which would leave it with 7 points. Okay, so playing it with the 2/2 trends means he's trying to get one of those 2/2s to be taken into 2/1.
Yeah.
Lowering the odds. We got the bug once again, so I have to leave. Please continue telling us what happens.
Well, it seems that there will be inner weight and wrath just to clear out the board. Just putting more pressure. Sadly, this play is quite vulnerable for any kind of AoE removal, like Hellfire, what is in the hand of Marzito. So this kind of just, well, it doesn't stop the aggression, but slows it quite a lot. There's still the scenarios, of course, but it's still a 5/5 body, but it's getting in a point that you have to get more guys on the table or get your combo running.
Yeah, with the combo, this game would have been over many times already. That's like one of those cards, like I said previously, if you get the combo going, the Druid has a chance. Right now, what he's looking at is Pilot Shredder, Sludge Belcher, Hero Power. The Sludge Belcher contests the 3/3 nicely. This Pilot Shredder is sticky. You can use the 5/5 to just go for face. 6 damage to the face even would push him to 15, and that's fairly safe. 15 is actually pretty much exactly where you want the handlock to be at, because that means he can't play his Molten Giants yet, and he can't heal with Jiraxis or anything like that. So as Ersee right now, I would like him to attack the face instead of creating the because even if the Shadow Flame would happen on the 3/3, it wouldn't accomplish much.
Yeah,
you would still threaten 8 damage from your hand. 8 plus 9 with the hero power, plus from the board you would have had 12. So 12 plus 9 from the hand. Yeah, it's still lethal next turn. But now he's got a chance to utilize single target removal for the 5/2.
Or just get huge taunts over there. That's the other option also. It was a little bit risky play, but let's see how he handles it. He might just drop the rag and go Dark Bomb to 5/2.
You can't really get many huge taunts, simply because the fact that you can only play one 8/8 with the Defender of Argus.
Oh, yeah.
Or the 1/3/3, which would accomplish nothing. So going for that Revenue Wisp play means he wants to hit one of the minions, and right now that's not happening. So 4, 7, that's 16 from the damage from your hand. Had he gone face with that 5/5 scenarios, he would have had lethal this turn.
Yeah, exactly lethal, yeah.
What to do?
So now you can push for 7 damage, but you don't want to go, I don't know if 7 is also quite scary. If you put him in 13, then you are really vulnerable. Oh wait, nice.
Yeah, Ancient Allure is a nice top deck. You definitely really drive for cards right now. You want to get those cards, yes, and we don't get the bug either. So we're in a good position. Neither one of those cards is going to be the deciding card though. So in those last 11 cards, you have all the combo cards. So 4 of those 11 cards are the combo cards. And you're forced to trade your minions into that as well. And that's not a situation where you want to be at. So now a single 5 hit point minion into a Shadow Flame clears your board completely. But the situation as it stands means that Marzito is stuck with really big minions. He's got 7 mana Mountain Giant, 10 mana Molten Giant, 7 mana Dr. Boom. Nothing to combo with the Defender of Argus, not really. The Antique Healbot, yeah, in theory you could go for that. You get the 4/4 body, but against a board like this it would do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So all the options for Marzito are pretty weak. And the Dr. Boom by himself offers a good counter against the 2/2 and the 1/2 because the bombs can take them out. So if Ersee has the Savage Roar next turn, you're looking at 8 damage, 9 from the hero power, swipe. Actually, Druid the Claw would be charged, so that would be 6, 7, 13, 15, 17, plus 3, so 20. That would be exactly equal. If he gets the Savage Roar, it's exactly equal, unless there's a taunt on the board. So I guess that's the reason why he's going for the anti-kill bot. He realizes that Savage Warrior once again would be enough to kill him.
Yeah.
Hogger!
This is the moment what I have been waiting for. That someone plays Hogger. I have said to you that I'm running Hogger in several decks. And I love that card.
I realize you have said that, and every time I have told you, yeah, the Hogger is not really that great, but let's see if Hogger ends up being the one card that swings this game around. Of course, he does give you those small bodies onto the board. That Savage Roar does love the small bodies. You can utilize the Druid the Claw later on with it as well, and we're gonna see everything go face except for that 2/2 and the Hero Power, which will trade for the 3/1. I don't see any reason why you would not use your face to tank it, because you've seen both Dark Bombs being used from the hand block. You've seen what else is direct damage there?
And there actually isn't anything what you can go for the face, because they are not playing those discard things. I don't even remember because no one plays them, just souls.
Yeah, true. And soul fires, no soul fires. So there is no risk of being put down right now. Okay, Mortal Coil in your own bomb, hoping that it'll hit one of those small taunts. And instead it goes for the 5/5 and accomplishes nothing, and this is lethal. Hogger! Hogger on the board. Plus, Druid the Claw has 4/4 charge to Savage Roar. That is nice lethal. The series is going 1-0 in favor of the Finnish player. What a thriller. Definitely not something that I would have expected to see. It's nice to see a large amount of variety in these games, so thank you to Ersee for playing something unique.
Yeah, nice to see Hogger. I think that I still believe that the card has potentially a few of the decks what actually can run. Only bad thing is they are 2/2 guys, and then if you run to, let's say,
Patron Warrior.
Yeah, it's quite bad. I have done it a few times, but yeah.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible against the Patron Warriors. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really like Hogger in the current meta, especially not on ladder. But I know some of the Finnish pro players, they keep telling me that no, Hogger is fine, it's good. I don't know if they keep trolling me or what, but hey, we saw him do his thing in this tournament environment. Maybe we'll see Ersee sail through the series as 3-0, but of course we would like to see more matches from Marzito and from Ersee. So it's either Major Warlock for the Finnish player, and the Greek player does have all of his options still available to him, Paladin, Priest, or Warlock. If you're expecting to face a Major or Warlock, would you stick with that handlock still, or would you change your line?
Well, I'm a little bit skeptic about the Priest. Because the Warlock, if both of these lineups are decently like tempo plus aggro, the Priest I feel has a really harsh time. But this seems that this is gonna be a freeze mate, so
freeze mate versus Priest, that's gonna be good for the Priest.
Yeah, that's gonna be good for Priest, and I think this matchup is not bad either for Paladin. The Warlock, however, freeze mates against Warlock it's quite hairy because there's only one silence usually in the deck.
Yep. So if Ersee is able to take this match as a freeze mage versus Marzito's Paladin, which is more than likely a mid-range or a slow Paladin, we can't really tell right now. You can play one lay on hands in a Quartermaster mid-range Paladin as well. So we'll have to wait for the additional cards. The Consecration also fits into both lists. No reason for Ersee to play anything right now. The preemptive Doomsayer at this stage when the Paladin has nothing on the board, accomplishes nothing. Very, very slow start for both players. Since he doesn't have a turn 3 play, he might even go for the Hero Power this turn. If Marzito were to go for the Hero Power, then he could play turn 3 to go for that Zombie Chow Hero Power again. But I guess he's gonna wanna play a 4-drop with that coin. So it's gonna be the weapon, since you've seen the 1/3, and you wanna make sure that the Acolyte of Pain doesn't draw any more cards than 1. So going for the attack from the True Silver Champion makes a whole lot of sense. Now, as the Freeze Mage player, the 2/3 Zombie Chow isn't really a threat. And that weapon makes it so that your Doomsayer is actually likely to be removed with just single buff to any of the minions, or even just the consecration in combination. So it's a bit of a risk to be played before you're able to clear the board from that to 3 as well.
I think actually
yeah,
it's really nice play, because Magic Scientist now most likely doesn't take you, like, get you an ice barrier, so it might get something actually useful. I think ice barrier is okay, but it's this kind of matchup you want those duplicates running, so you can get that endless train of cheap minions what you can toss over there going.
Do you reckon that it runs duplicates? I think it's just ice barriers and ice blocks. This is more than likely the traditional freeze mage list. Double ice barrier, double ice block.
It might be. Then it's just, well, you want to get that first ice block over there just in case.
Yeah, you're turn 5 right now. Since you don't, well, you do have the Frost Nova. You could go for the Doomsayer Frost Nova play right now. You could get 2 minions out of it. But we can see the Kazan Mystic right now, so the Ice Barrier would actually be a bit of a threat to be played right now. It could be stolen, but I believe that this Kazan Mystic should be held in Marzito's hand before the Ice Block is played. So basically, if he steals, and he only runs 1 Kazan Mystic, if he runs only 1 Kazan Mystic and he steals the Ice Barrier, it's nowhere near as important as the Ice Block itself. And of course, at this stage of games, both players are high enough level that they realize that Marzito holds on to his Kazan Mystic for it to be more higher value later on. We're gonna see a Blizzard this turn. That last turn ping just basically made sure that no Blizzard.
Yeah, you can actually just Frost Nova here if you want, like if you have to. You also can just build your board by, well, actually no. Maybe dropping Mad Scientist gives you that ice block. It feels not that bad idea. You still have 8 armor, so you are decently fine spot. And you have still Flame Strike and Blizzard, so.
But not playing Blizzard means that he's trying to coax his opponent into playing more minions. Of course, with this play, there will still be a shielded minibot left. It will get more value by removing the Knife Juggler plus double Silverhand Recruit before the Quartermaster is able to be played.
Yeah.
The Flame Strike achieves exactly the same thing as the Blizzard. So I would want to see the Blizzard being played, since the shielded minibot would also get frozen in the process. And actually, would the minion spawn from the Death Rattle? No, that would not be frozen.
Yeah, it's not frozen, but still, it's. I think just dropping here Blizzard and then holding that Flame Strike up, or even just go for a Frost Nova / Cone of Cloud and drop something on the board, it's not that bad. You just want to get as much stuff over there and just cluster the board so he can't play anything and just manage it, or just kill them on 2 swipes and then just have the board for yourself.
The Blizzard makes a lot more sense because the fact that almost all of these minions have 2 or less hit points as well. It's not the same as Frost Nova Doomsayer, because Frost Nova Doomsayer takes care of things like Tyrion. But if you go for the... well, he's gonna go for the Doomsayer play this turn. It is a very, very nice board for it, don't get me wrong. Okay, so Equality Consecration would steal it, would kill it, but the R&B call, of course, summoning down to 0, so that makes more sense. And there's now one more target for that Blizzard, because we are not going to see the Quartermaster being played. Actually, interesting enough, he does not play the Quartermaster. I guess he's waiting for those AoEs to happen. So with that Fire Blast, the Power Shredder will spawn a minion, and the Blizzard will completely wipe the board except for that to Shielded Minibot. So holding on to that actually made more sense. It was in fact the correct play. Being so slow feels kind of awkward. It feels kind of bad as the Freeze Mage player, but considering that the Frost Nova did so much to stall the board already, it was an acceptable loss to just throw down your Doomsayer and expect for it to be silenced or handled in some other way. Cone of Cold or something else?
Cone of Cold. Cone of Cold and ping that Knife Juggler away, I think, and then dropping maybe Loot Hoarder. I think that's...
Yeah, that's perfect on the mana. You get to utilize your Archmage combos later on, and you're not gonna see more value out of those cards. Well, okay, the Acolyte of Ping gives you more options as well, and your Cone of Cold is still open to be played.
Yeah. And he can't play huge amounts of minions because well, you can, yeah, because of that Knife Juggler will hit your Acolyte of Pain.
Oh wow, not playing the Cone of Cold, instead just dropping a 2-1 which can be traded off with the 1 on the opposing side of the board. I think that's a mistake.
I think that's really greedy play.
Because what are you expecting to gain from that Loot Hoarder right now? If you were to play for the Cone of Cold, you would stop both those minions from attacking, you would achieve the situation where if he played any more minions, they might juggle into the Acolyte of Pain, drawing more cards. Now you're just giving favorable trades for the opposing player. I really don't like it.
Yeah, I'm feeling that, is this just bait? Is he baiting, okay, I don't have anything, I need my, like, AoE wipe, I need cards, I just have to put stuff in, and maybe try to get that Paladin just slightly overcommit to the board.
Could well be, could well be. Of course, we know that the Kazan Mystic is going to play a really key role here in stealing that ice block.
Yeah.
You could Flame Strike this board, then Hero Power out. 1 damage to the 4-3.
Or you can just Cone of Cold, target Knife Juggler, and ping out that 1-1 away, and take more turns.
He's missing Alex right now. If he had Alex, he would have lethal come next turn, I believe. He's also missing Emperor.
Yeah.
Emperor and Alex are among those 9 cards right now. There's Frostbolt, there's 1 Ice Lance, there's double Fireball. Oh wait, that's 3, 7, 13. Almost, but not quite lethal next turn.
Yeah.
No wait, it's still lethal. Double Fireball, Frostbolt would be 15.
Yeah.
So Archmage on tonight is gonna get played. Combo that with a Frost Nova to slow down the board, give yourself 1 more Fireball. Not a bad situation to be in. Actually, if you're looking at the board as the Paladin, he's forced to use this equality combo to handle the Archmage.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 1-1,
and try to juggle. Nope, yeah. No hit. There's a second chance, either the Lothep or the Quartermaster. So 50% chance for it to juggle. And no! Infinite Fireballs would otherwise be a problem, but thanks to the Lothep, they all cost 9 mana.
But you can still trade down stuff with that and relieve that pressure. If I didn't count wrong, it's not lethal yet. So
you need that Frostbolt. You definitely need that Frostbolt to stay in the game. I think Cone of Cold for 9 right now into the Knife Juggler makes a lot of sense. You first attack with the 1-1 to the face. Then you Cone of Cold those 3 minions out. Or if you Cone of Cold the 1-1 here, you could then freeze the 5-7. That's 8 damage frozen versus 8 damage frozen and removed, but then the Shredder pops.
I think you just pop the Shredder with your Antonitis, because you have enough damage when you top deck that Alexstrasza, and before that you just have to stay alive. You still have 1 Ice Block over there.
This prevents the same amount of damage as the hit on the Knife Juggler. Now you can utilize your Antonitis to kill off the Juggler itself as well. So popping 8 damage and not popping the Shredder, so the incoming minion is unable to attack. So 7 damage from the hand. 7 damage from the board would require 12 from the hand, and that's not possible as a Paladin. Muster into Quartermaster.
Actually, that was better play, because now he gets a low tip to 4, and next turn he can just ping that 4-1 and then just use
Flame Strike.
Yeah, Flame Strike, and then it's cleared board, except there will be 1-2-1 left. But actually, it's a really nicely played now when I'm thinking about it.
Reporting for duty.
Well, the Quartermaster wasn't used, so the board will be completely wiped.
Yep, well, I'll take it.
I think he's counting as this lethal somehow still. Nope, I think Ersee is forced to use the Flame Strike.
I don't know how badly you are forced when you can deal with whole board with basically 9 mana. So... And you are in 11, how much charge damage you think Paladin can have?
Well, if those 1/1s are not handled, then it's gonna be a whole lot. Due to the Quartermaster threat.
But if you just wipe the board and just like say like okay go, how much damage you think you are gonna take next turn?
Well, the maximum amount you could expect for a mid-range paladin to have would be maybe 8 somehow.
Yeah. Well, 8 from just the Avenger Wrath. So if there is one, maybe 9 because he has a weapon. Oh,
wow.
What?
Yeah, he's confident that his block will not be popped. Well, Kazan Mystic can't be played right now. None of the minions can be played right now. So unless the Paladin finds a way to kill one of his own dudes, then yeah, Ersee just got the game.
Yeah, he's. Can I attack my own guy? Like, can I? If I just stab my own guy in the back, maybe.
Now this is one of the reasons why the players are playing and not us, because I would not have seen that in a million years. He had to count like, do I have the lethal despite being overly greedy right now? And does he have a way to prevent me from utilizing my block?
Yeah, I did just like, I did think there's like one off, so he needs just every mana, like every turn, but yeah, that's actually true. He can use his 1 ping in that turn.
The lay on hands does screw him over.
Move quickly.
Yeah, well, it delays him a little bit, but it's a, well, like...
So a second ice block makes sure that unless one of those paladin minions dies, he's still safe. So going ice block, frost bolt, double ice lance.
Yeah.
How much is that? That's 3, 7, 11. Plus ping is 12. No, you have to go Frostbolt Ice Lance, right? Yep.
Yeah, Frostbolt Ice Lance, yeah. This is so cheap.
This is... Okay, so if he gets another Lay on Hands heal right now, then it's over for the Freeze Mage. But no heal, no way to play any more minions. Yep, Marzito is locked. He doesn't have any draw. He doesn't have any way to play cards. He doesn't have any way to clear out his board. Despite having that Kazan Mystic in his hand, he can't kill Ersee this turn. If he was able to force him into fatigue somehow, then yeah, maybe. But no, there's still 2/6 cards. No way to deal that either. This is Ersee's match. Freeze Mage wins over the mid-range Paladin.
And who says this is boring deck? This is like the most awesome deck ever.
He definitely would not call this match boring. This was a thriller from start to finish.
Yeah. But people are saying that the Freeze Mage it's a little bit boring in this deck. Of course in ladder it is, but in tournament it's highly effective and awesome to watch.
Yep, unless it's a mirror match. Those can be a bit slow.
They might be sometimes. Maybe there is one Acolyte of Pain going like crazy bonkers and hitting one each.
Crazy bonkers Acolyte, I like it. Okay, so the series is 2-0 in favor of the Finnish player right now. Ersee from Finland is leading it right now. He only needs to get one win with his Warlock against Marzito's whole lineup of 3 classes, and we can see that it is a Demon Handlock. So this is the variant that's been making its appearance recently in other tournaments as well. It's an interesting hybrid between Demon Synergy and the Handlock situation, where you usually want to just fill up your hand as much as possible. The Void Caller usually wanted to use it to get out Mal'Ganis, other high-value demons. You might even see a Pit Lord. I actually witnessed a Pit Lord being played in one of these decks, which is one of those cards that would normally never ever see play.
I think this is more answer for like I think this has more answers for aggros than a normal handlock does, because the curve is a little bit lower and there is a lot of guys who has decently high toughness, so you can just put them over there on the board and just grind, but it also has the same explosiveness than the actual handlock have. Like you can drop those really big guys really fast over there and just get huge pressure. But I think it's only a small thing what I don't know exactly, but I have seen few. They don't have that much clear anymore. Like they are not running the same amount of spells, so they usually are cutting those hellfires out, or at least one. So that is interesting to see how it runs. But this paladin against this paladin, I think it's quite good matchup.
It definitely could be. I just want to make sure that everybody's on the same page here. The players are not allowed to watch this match, so they are not allowed to be on the stream watching these games. So there's no chance that Ersee is actually right now sniping, so to speak. So Marzito and Ersee are both not looking here. So it's impossible for him to have known about that because I'm Mystic. Now back to the game in question. Ersee is in a situation where he's holding two cards that are not so great. Those are the Molten Giants for the early game. But on the other hand, he was holding on to two absolutely great cards, which were the Twilight Drake plus the Mountain Giant. Now that he's got double Mountain Giant, we can see a Mountain Giant on turn 4 and on turn 5. So let's see, Mortal Coil definitely gonna get used for the 1/1 right now. Do you tap before it though? I don't think you do, because you might get a card for 2 that might actually be playable. Something like an Ancient Watcher.
Yeah, just go for coil first and then check. But I think actually he was holding 5 good cards, because those Ancient heal bots are really nice, and he did have a source of points. I think there was like only 2 decently bad cards, but those Molten Giants in starting hands against deck what knows that he have to go aggro are not that bad. Of course, if you would have 2 Belchers over there, it would be better.
Mountain Giant or Twilight Drake?
That is actually a good question. I would say if you play Drake and next turn you can go Giant and Darkmoon.
We're seeing accusations of deck changing from Marzito towards Ersee, because he knows that there have been demons in the previous screenshots, but of course he's not taking into account the fact that this is a demon handler. This is what's called a hybrid deck in that regard. So it's not cheating, he's just playing a different kind of handler.
Yeah, he's not cheating, he's just a little bit more clever than like people thinks, because in this kind of decks it is a new deck. I've seen last 2 weeks it run ladder, well actually no, 1 week I've seen limited ladder, but it's really not that popular yet.
Nope, definitely not.
Oh, that's a nice top deck.
I've got the beast.
Yep, the Good Game Hunter swings the momentum in favor of Marzito pretty nicely.
That's a greedy play to put him down in 10. Because that means that you
double
can
Molten
get screwed so hard.
I think that his game is currently a little bit somewhere other than the match itself. It feels to me that he's focusing on the history. So that might explain why he's putting Ersee down to a situation where he can utilize those Molten Giants. I believe we're going to see double 8/8s come down with different Forgus and use the 4/6 to clear out the 3/1.
And then use Dark Bomb to take out that big Game Hunter and then just...
Make sure that there's no big threat to your board.
Sadly, there is an Equality Consecration combo what actually will take care of it. And sometimes you want to only drop 1 Molten Giant and 1 Taunt if there is not enough stuff that will actually take care of your board. And these kind of situations you want to drop only one, but most people just drop two because they are free. But one is enough.
My shield for
And this is right call. Like, if there is a if he knows that there is a chance that he gets blow out, and then he might actually do this quite easily.
Yeah, it does play around the equality consecration combo.
Yeah.
That is true. So I would have been greedier here. I would have gone for the second Molten Giant as well. That,
And now you can use another one and use anti-heal, but then still you are decently safe.
true, true. But you're forced to use the heal bot definitely right now.
Yeah.
So Molten Giant, heal bot. You don't tap, you don't use Iron Beak.
No.
so many possibilities.
You have to have that Iron Beak for that Tyrion, what is coming eventually.
Once you release the board, you definitely need the silence.
And your next turn is not bad. You can still, like, if needed, you can drop antique heal bot to heal yourself even more. And then you have Jaraxxus. Of course, that slows you down quite a lot, and that low tap is quite annoying in this stage. But you can still deal most of the stuff.
And deciding to not trade out this antique heal bot, interesting choice. Since the heal bot can easily kill off the slime, had he traded the the 1/1s into the 3/3, then would the situation?
But you can
have been-
silence your own Molten Giant and just bash the 5/5 away. And then you can kill the Mortal Coil, can kill the 1/1 Taunt, then you can trade 3/3s and you can trade your 8/8. Well, not trade, you can kill the 5/5, you have 2 damage on the board.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you can drop Emperor and just trade one of them.
There's the silence into the 8/8. We're gonna see trade into the 5/5, and then another antique heal bot to make sure you're safe. I would not go for the Emperor because the Emperor is just so greedy.
Yeah.
There we go, second equality. Would that accomplish anything right now?
Well, actually, now it's not that great. I think if you would get the second consecration, this game would be most likely over.
Yeah, the consecration would definitely make it difficult for the handlock to come back. So Marzito is currently forced to trade his existing board into the minions of the handlock.
Reporting for duty.
And
Red alert!
going for that True Silver over the 1/1 makes a lot of sense because it clears out the antique heal bot. We haven't seen any Hellfires, we haven't seen any other forms of AoE from the handlock player right now, so it's a small risk to put yourself down to 2 cards, commit everything you've got to just these small minions, but on the other hand, does the handlock consider these to be a big enough threat so that he would use his cards to
Oh, there you
clear
go.
them out? That's Malaganis, Jaraxxus, Sun Fury. You can use your 2/1 to trade one of those 1/1s away, so even if you face a Quartermaster, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
There's 4, 6, 7. 7 on the board. And Shredder Hero Power, yeah. He's making all his moves very, very fast.
Well, he doesn't have, not like now, there's not too much stuff in his hand what he would want to play. You want to get that damage on the board. Sadly, there is a, well, okay, now there's the first Shadow Flame. I think that's actually not that great at the moment. You can just
No,
drop
there's
your
very
Molten.
sticky minions on the board already, so it's
Yeah.
not that great. But hey, Mountain Giant, Ancient Watcher, Sun Fury Protector, that is pretty great.
That is actually pretty great. So I think that's something what we are going to see. The question is, if he's really greedy, he
Taps first.
Taps, yeah. But I don't like it. There is a reach at least somewhat on this deck. We haven't seen.
Oh wow, there's the tap into a Void Caller. So you can play the Void Caller as a taunt target as well. But
I
it's
actually
not
like that. Oh no, I actually don't like because you might lose your Jaraxxus.
Yeah, might
and then
lose
you-
your Jaraxxus, yeah, and that would be really, really bad. So, with the equality, the Paladin player can easily handle these taunts and use the 4-3 to go for that face damage, which will set the situation into Jirax's time. I believe that's going to be the case. We're going to see the 2-1 trade into the 4-1 first, so you can see what pops out from the Shredder as a 2-drop. Second lay on hands, wasn't it? Was the first or the second? No, that's the first one. Yeah, we saw the lay on hands in the previous match. Doomguard, yep. There we go. These are the these are the demon cards that we're expected to see in this hybrid demon unlock. Playing Jiraxis before popping the Shredder with your Sun Fury.
I was thinking saying that you have still option to just put, well, do anything else except just play that. Yeah. And I think just getting 6-6 on the table and just hoping that lasts long enough. That Dr. Boom will be quite annoying to deal with, but
it will be definitely difficult. You do have the Shadow Flame though. You can always Shadow Flame the Infernals. And then hope for maybe Mortal Coil to end it. But when you do that, you're facing a lot of potential face damage.
Ooh, that's actually not bad.
Shadow Flame the Void Caller. Shadow Flame the Void Caller kills everything except the boom, and then you can trade your Infernal into the boom if it survives from the boom bots.
Yeah.
Then you can get either Doomguard or Mal'Ganis from your hand. So that's going to be a really, really strong turn. Yeah, we're going to see the Void Caller being Shadow Flamed. And if it's the Mal'Ganis, and the Mal'Ganis survives... Yep, there we go. Wow, what a swing. And the 8-4 is going to trade into the 7-4.
And if that would be just one more damage to Dr. Boom, you could actually use your weapon to take it off, and then you would have a 8-3, 8-8, and 9-7 on the table.
Yep, that would be pretty massive amounts of damage coming in right there.
Now you get that silence gives some kind of value, but still you are dropping small guys against really, really huge dudes. So
15 damage, not quite enough, and you need to protect yourself. You're at 9. Opposing Paladin has a Consecration in his hand, so 2 from the hand, and from the existing board there's 7. 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah. With the Hellfire, you would push yourself down to 6, but if you attack with the 6-6 into the 2-2 first, you would clear the opposing board completely.
Yeah, and then you are not dead for one card.
Yeah.
You would be dead for another Consecration and a
True Silver Champion, yeah. So do you risk him top decking a second True Silver Champion, 1 in 11 chance right now?
I think I would take it.
Oh wow, he's oh no, good.
Oh, yeah,
I thought he was going to use his face to take it.
No. Yeah,
that was some
normal bug again.
Bad. So Twilight Drake into the fire. There we go, and that is lethal come next turn.
Yeah.
So unless it's it's a Sylvanas Windrunner, and that's not gonna make it. It will be 3-0 in favor of Marzito. And I think I'll have to do a little bit of explaining to the second player. Sorry, 3-0 in favor of Ersee right now. Yeah. We will see the Finnish player Ersee play against and Marzito has realized that it is a hybrid.
Yeah. Well, it's normal in these kind of situations when you run to new kind of brew deck and you are thinking that something completely different. That frustrates you, but you just have to put it on the side and then in the end, have the conversation. Like, okay, was this like this all the time? And if it was, then just GG. But yeah, it's interesting to see next week. No, sorry, not next week. This week in Assemble. It's how many of these kind of decks we're gonna see.
Yep, definitely the right meta call right now. The series goes 3-0 in favor of Ersee. We will see him in the final versus the Romanian RDU from Team Nihilum. That is gonna be one hell of a best of 5 series. We would like to thank our sponsors and enablers Traktio, who are a Finnish web services company. Thanks guys for making this possible. Don't go anywhere, viewers. We will be right back once I explain the situation to Marzito.